say remix.
England 6, Iran 2, and we're here with the player ratings. Yes, one of my favourite videos to do. Let's start off, goalkeeper, Pickford. I'll start with you, Cam. What are you rating him today?
I'd give him a 6. He had one hairy moment in the start of the second half, I think, where he nearly gave it away really badly. But outside of that, didn't really have much to do. His distribution was pretty good, but it wasn't really tested, so I can't really see him getting more than a 6 for that.
Marcel, what are you saying? Pickford in goal. Number 1, what's he getting?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that at 6. Not much to do at all. One little mistake in there. Yeah, 6 is fine.
I'm going to go with an average 5, I think. But it depends on your basis of where to go with it, isn't it? So I'm going to go with a 5 for Pickford. Okay, then right back was Trippier today. He's he did really well in the Premier League, Cam. Great season for Newcastle so far. Did he carry that over for you today?
Yeah, I think he was really good today. I give him a 7. Very good performance. Looked great with the ball. Was decent without the ball, apart from that one time he got sat down. His career could be over.
Ended. Yeah,
it could be over.
Yeah, Marcel, what are you saying for Trippier?
7 as well. Captain today at some stage. Played well. Had a few fouls as well. Got fouled a couple of times, but played overall well. Could have had a few better moments throughout the game, I think. But 7 is fine.
I'm going to agree with you and say just a 7. Just a 7. I thought he did well today. I think he's going to be really important because he's got a lot of experience. People overlook that experience. He is a leader. We're seeing that at Newcastle. And to Marcel's point, he was a leader at points today as well. So I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Let's start with the Manchester United centre-back that played today, Harry Maguire. Marcel, I'll start with you. What are you rating his performance?
I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Had 2 good moments and a couple bad ones. But I'm going to give him a 7. I think, for today, he was at fault for the goal. So maybe you could say a 6 there, but I think offensively done well and there wasn't much to do in this game. There wasn't much where he was at fault. So a 7 I think is okay.
Marcel says 7. What do you say, Cam?
I'd give him a 6. I think the bad moments probably cancel out the good ones. He's probably at fault for the first goal. I think he moved the ball well. He's been criticised a lot of times for, in that sort of situation, taking too long, playing his passes too slowly. He did that much better today. But yeah, didn't cover himself in glory with the goal, so I'd give him a 6.
Yeah, I think 7 might be a bit too much. I think I'm going to go with a 6. I think that he does get an assist, so you can't overlook that. I think first half he did really well. I think the second half you can't overlook leading to a goal. That's the problem. As a defender, your bread and butter is to make sure your team doesn't concede. And obviously, he came off after that. In fairness to him, you could say clearly he had an injury that was prior to that goal being conceded. So maybe give him the benefit of the doubt there. But I'm going to probably go with just a 6 there. Let's talk about then John Stones, his centre-back partner. How did you rate him today, Cam?
I'd give him a 6 as well. I think he was steady. Didn't really do a lot that was incredible. Didn't do a lot wrong. So a decent performance.
Yeah, I can't think of anything super crazy that he did. I don't think he was bad though, but I think a 7 would be too high. So I'm going to go over 6 as well. What are you saying for Stones?
Yeah, 6, conceded the penalty. Didn't do anything offensively in terms of from the corner. No big threat from the corner.
Was it a penalty though?
Yeah, true. I wouldn't, but I unfortunately conceded the penalty then. And in terms of the back line, they didn't have nothing to do, to be honest, guys. So 6, yeah.
Then we move on to left back then. Luke Shaw. What a changed man he is, Cam, at this point in this season. Looked a changed man for England today as well. Got an assist for the first goal. How would you rate Shaw?
I'd give him a 9. I think he was absolutely brilliant all game.
Big, yeah.
I think he did.
Big one. That's a big one.
He did his job brilliantly. He picked out some great balls from the wing. He was fantastic in England's attacking play. Got himself an assist as well. Fantastic performance. Whatever you want from the left back versus a smaller team when you can dominate the ball, Luke Shaw gave everything we needed today. Brilliant.
A 9.
No, that's a big one. What
are you going with, Marcel?
I'm going to go 8. Good assist. Cam's right, though. The game.
Played well,
he played very well. You're 100% right. I just think 9s for this kind of level of performance today. I don't know if there's anyone who's outstanding as a 9 or 10, but definitely an 8, and the assist is good. We've seen that at Man United, this season, last season. So, yeah, 8.
I'm not feeling a 9, it must be said. Even 8, I think he got an assist. I'm going to go for 7, to be honest. I think a 7. I think he gets his assist, but we've seen him do that. I don't think he was particularly challenged defensively today, but I do like the way he's looking at the moment. I think that's really positive, and I think obviously his body shape's completely changed, but also that's improved his ability to get get forward and do those overlapping runs. So I'm going to go over 7. Might be a bit harsh. You can let us know in the comment section below what you would rate Luke Shaw. Let's get into the midfield then. Marcel, I'll start with you. Jude Bellingham. Did he steal the show for you?
Stole the show. One of the few that definitely did as well. I'll put Saka in that list, but a 9 for sure. Just so many elements to his game that he's showing today, and good goal as well. Very good header. Yeah, I'll give him a 9.
What are you saying about Bellingham?
I have nothing to add on his performance. Well said, Marcel. All I can say is come to Man United. 9. Give him a 9.
Yeah, I would give him a 9 as well. I think I've just waxed lyrical about him in my fan view after the game. He's just... we talk about generational talent, and that does get thrown around a lot, but legitimately, he is a generational talent. And anyone that is able to sign him, whoever that club may be, whether it's Madrid, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, us, whoever, is going to be getting one hell of a player and an expensive player because he's just that good. So Bellingham gets a 9. Rice, Declan Rice. I'll start with you, Cam. What did you make of Rice today?
Give him a 7. I thought he did well defensively, especially in the first half in terms of being in the right place to sweep things up, especially when sort of we had long waves of attacks and it was clearances were getting headed out by the Iranian defenders. He was in the right place a lot of the time to intercept things, kill breakaways, nip any sort of danger in the bud. I think he did really well. Moved the ball well as well. A few really nice switches of play, good balls out the opposite side. So yeah.
What was that, 7?
7, yeah.
7.
I forgot what I said.
Yeah.
That's my pause.
I'm going to go over 6 for Declan Rice. I think he did well. I think everything he was asked for, he did well today. I think he moved the ball well. Couple of shaky moments with some dodgy touches, but yeah, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm just thinking about who I'm going to give next. I'm going to go over 6 still. I'm going to stick with a 6. Marcel.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you though. 6. I mean, I'm waiting for him to play against the top level teams in there because he's kind of left alone a little bit by himself. Obviously, Jude does the box to box role, so he's there sometimes. But when he's on his own, I think one of the goals where it wasn't a goal, but they got through, hit the bar. I think he's a bit out forward there, plugging the gaps. Casemiro's brilliant at that, plugging in the gaps by himself. But I want to see him against the top level teams. That combination, Jude and Declan, I want to see that against the top sides. So, something more for him to work on, and I'll give him a 6 for that.
Mason Mount also started, if you've forgotten. Mason Mount. Marcel, I'll start with you. What would you give Mount?
5, maybe. I'm not the kind of 10 performance I'm looking for, and that's why I think somebody else will maybe give him more if they're looking for something else. And in terms of high intensity running and being about the pitch, I don't think Kane's a brilliant presser, and he's someone that likes to kind of play how he wants to play. So he's coming deep, he's moving about the place, and you've kind of got to, as a 10, fill in where he's not. And I think Mount found that a little bit difficult to get himself involved in the game because of that. And that's why I'd give him the 5.
I would agree. I would give him the 5, and that's why I was thinking about Declan Rice for how high I was going to rate him. There were points in the game where I didn't even know Mason Mount was playing, and that's not necessarily him having a bad performance. That's just him not really getting involved in the play that much. And to your point earlier on, Cam, maybe that means he's creating space for others, but in terms of affecting the game, and maybe you would want a bit more from him. But I'm going to go with a 5. What about you?
Yeah, I'd agree. He didn't really affect the game, and the argument obviously is that he didn't need to, but yeah, he didn't do much, so you can't rate him that highly, so I agree with a 5.
Yes, so let's go on to the forward line then, the impressive forward line. Let's start off with Saka first. I'll go for you, Cam. How would you rate Saka? 2 goals today.
Give him a 9 as well. Fantastic performance, really, really good. Looked brilliant cutting in, looked brilliant holding the width, and I think tactically he was key to the way Southgate wanted to play. In terms of beating the low block, trying to play around them, make sure we've got width. He was brilliant, and he did everything you want from a winger. So yeah, fantastic performance.
Cam's going with a 9. Do you agree with that, Marcel?
Yeah, I can't even add anything to that. Starboy Saka, 9. It was a good performance for England in an England shirt. 2 good goals.
2 good goals, I'd have to agree. Saka, he's right up there with Bellingham in terms of stealing the headlines today. I think his spot is pretty secure, even though Rashford comes on. We'll talk about Rashford shortly. Okay, let's move on to the other side of them. Let's talk about Raheem Sterling. Marcel, I'll start with you. Sterling does get the goal. He always gets the goal for Southgate, always delivers. How would you rate Sterling?
Magician in terms of being in the box and getting goals. And that was a huge feature of his game, or not a feature of his game, something that he had to add to his game under Pep. And he's definitely done that. I'm going to give him an 8, though. Good turn and speed, on the back foot turn and drive of the ball in the second half as well, creating opportunities. But, and a good goal.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give him the 8.
Marcel's going to give him an 8. What are you saying?
I'll give him a 7. I don't think he was anywhere near the level of Saka, but it was a good performance nonetheless. Obviously, great finish. In his early days at City, he probably blazes that one over. So you can see he's come on a long way. So fair play to him. I think he played well, but not really, really well. So that's why I'm giving 7.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to stick with the 7 as well. Just in the sense of, to your point, he gets the goal and it's a really good finish. But if you're going to compare him with the effectiveness of Saka on the other side, it's a bit like a lot of the players. Like Sterling did his job today, and it wasn't a bad performance. But I think in comparison to others, it's quite relative. I'll probably go with a 7.
No, I can't agree with you guys on that.
Harry Kane, of course, the captain up front as well today. Didn't get his goal, but pretty much did everything else. Cam got an assist as well. How would you rate Kane?
I give him an 8. I think his link-up play was fantastic. Obviously got himself the assist. But in this sort of game, when you're playing against a back three, he basically sort of occupied 3 centre-backs by himself a lot of the time and created space for others around him because of that. So fantastic performance, and hopefully he's on the score sheet soon.
Yeah, I would probably give him an 8 as well, I think. Again, the only thing missing was a goal, but as strange as it says for a striker, you don't sometimes always need the goal if your link-up plays that good, if you get an assist or you're the pass before the pass, as he was today. So I'll give him an 8. What would you say, Marcel?
Yeah, complete forward play today. Complete forward play. Had all elements of the game. And nearly got a second assist. Raheem Sterling early on in the first half. The header was very close. But a good goal in the end for his partner. I'm going to give him an 8. Agree with you guys. Needs the goal, though. He needs to get on the score sheet now to get his tally going for England in the World Cup.
Yes, and 2 substitutes. We won't talk about every substitute because there were several, but 2 substitutes. The one that got the goals. First of all, Marcus Rashford comes on for Saka. Immediately gets his goal after something like, I think it's like 49 seconds or something ridiculous, which is, I think, the 3rd fastest goal for a substitute in the World Cup. So he's up there in the history books. What do you make of Rashford when he came on?
I give him a 7. I think he was really good, obviously, to get that goal. Had another really good chance where he cut in as well, and had a bit more composure than we've seen at some points during his United career and England career as well. But I think there were a couple of times when he had crossing opportunities from the right and really wasted them. So I can't really go higher than a 7 because of that. So hopefully that improves, and hopefully he gets more game time in the next few games.
What are you saying, Marcel? You say a 7's fair?
Yeah. MBE. Sir Marcus.
And it will be, sir.
And it will be, sir. Very happy for him, man. You know, goals is what, strikers, that's their currency, man. Goals. And I'm very happy for him to score. I think he should be starting, like I've said before, but I don't think that's going to happen. Both wide players have been brilliant today, and I don't think that would change. So good for him. He needs to make that impact coming on the pitch, and he's been doing that for United, funny enough. Coming off the bench, making impact. So good.
And a rating? 7?
7. Yeah.
7. I'm going to go over 7 as well. I think he did well when he came on. I think he came on to a part of the pitch where around which we're not defending. There was just nobody there. But I think he gets his goal well, and I'm really happy for him considering the development he's shown or the comeback he's shown over the last 12 months. And finally, Jack Grealish also came on, got his goal. It was an assist from Callum Wilson, another substitute. I'll start with you, Marcel. How would you rate Grealish coming on?
Good, dynamic. I don't see that Jack Grealish for City. I'll put it that way. Dynamic, carries the ball well, and it's like he enjoys drawing fouls. When he's playing well, it's like he enjoys drawing fouls and causing upsets, getting the opposition frustrated, and he's doing that today. So I think a 7. I'll say a 7.
I'm going to probably say a 6. He got his goal. He drew fouls, and that's what he does. He draws fouls in. I think he affected the game far more than Mason Mount did.
Yes.
But from the way that Southgate plays, I'm not sure if that's sustainable over 90 minutes. I can see why he wants to bring him on, as opposed to, because Grealish maybe isn't as structured as Mason Mount is, particularly for his pragmatic game. So I'm going to go with a 6 for Grealish. What say you, Cam?
I give him a 7. For the same reasons as Marcel, really. I'm not going to sort of wax lyrical about the guy. He wasn't incredible, but he did what he normally does. He was a good player. And with ball magnets like that, you can't have them necessarily on the pitch the whole time if you want to play a particular system, because they don't want to do that. But he's a great player to have off the bench.
There you go, guys. That's the player ratings for England's victory over Iran. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Were we too high? Were we too low? You can let us know, and we'll be back for another player rating soon.